The Sabarimala gold plating controversy has taken a political turn with Congress-led United Democratic Front UDF staging protests in Kerala Legislative Assembly today. UDF members stormed the well of the House with placards and banners. The opposition demanded the resignation of Devasom Minister V.N. Vasavan in connection with the allegations regarding the alleged theft of gold in the Sabarimala temple. Soon after the question hour commenced, leader of opposition in the Kerala Assembly, V.D. Sudhishan, demanded the minister's resignation. The controversy is over alleged irregularities in gold plating of Sabarimala temple sanctum, which was snowballed into a major political issue. The Travancore Devasom Board stated that there was no lapses, while the Pandalam Palace demanded a comprehensive investigation into the matter. According to the vigilance officer's initial report, the gold covering of the Dwarapalaka idols at the temple Sri Koval or the Sanctum Sanctorum was removed without informing the court. On September 9th, the Sabarimala Special Commissioner informed the Division Bench of the High Court that the gold-plated copper coverings of the Dwarapalaka idols had been removed without prior notice. The items were reportedly sent to Chennai for maintenance, breaking away from the usual practice of carrying out repairs at the temple premises itself under strict supervision. The current scandal puts the ruling CPIM, the left Democratic Front, in a very tough position. For more on this, I'm joined in by my colleague Vivek. Vivek, massive protests in the Kerala Assembly over the gold plating row. Now, the question being is that in the first place, it was being asked whether the gold plating had to be done, because many of them say that Ayyappan, the deity, was a yogi and this gold plating did not, first of all, be allowed. Secondly, since it's been allowed, seems to be strictures that have been put in place, but all those strictures by the court has been flouted.
Yes, let me just make one thing very clear. It is very clear that the gold plating has been done in 2018 by, businessman Vijay Mallya. But it was in 2019 that the copper plates were taken for maintenance to Chennai, and following which there was a massive confusion on what exactly happened, because there are various theories that are surfacing as far as Unikrishnan Poti, the sponsor who has actually taken up this, gold plates, say that, he has not received any gold plates. There was no gold in it. But it was confirmed that it was gold plates. In the Mahesar, it was clearly mentioned. And while, it was returned back, in 2019, it was taken, and while it was taken for the same purpose, and while returning back, it was found that 4.5 kgs of gold were missing. Now, this is the main issue out here. What happened to that 4.5 kgs? Where did it go missing? Now, there is today in the Kerala Assembly, there was a massive protest by opposition Congress party demanding the resignation of Devasom Minister V.N. Vasavan. But most importantly, just 5 minutes ago, there was a major development that came from the Kerala High Court, where the court has ordered for a SIT probe, a court-monitored SIT probe, which will be, investigating regarding this particular case, regarding the missing gold plates. Because, there is a lot of confusion, because various statements are coming from various stakeholders as far as this maintenance is concerned. And Unikrishnan Poti said that he has done nothing wrong. So whereas this 4.5 kgs of gold, that too from the Dwarapalaka idol has gone missing. Now, this is indeed a billion-dollar question that has to be answered by the government and the Devasom Board. Remember, the Devasom Board commissioner is a person who is a custodian of these gold plates. Now, according to the Devasom rules, it says that if there is any maintenance that has to be done for these gold platings or whatever materials out there in the temple, especially in the possession of the temple, that should be done within the temple premises. It should not be taken to any other place. So the question is, why was it taken to Chennai? So all these questions has to be answered by the Devasom Board, and the Kerala government has welcomed the court-monitored probe, and they believe that this would actually bring those people who are behind this crime before the law. Because for the government, this is indeed a matter of prestige. Because remember, a few days back, they conducted the Ayyappa Sangamam, and they thought that, this would actually take all the believers.
We have with us Rahul Ishwar, who's in fact joining us as well. Rahul Ishwar, theft of gold from the Ayyappa temple, 4.5 kgs of missing gold is what everybody is looking at. Right now, the breaking story is that the HCs, in fact, asked for an SIT to be formed to probe into this, as well as my colleague Vivek, in fact, breaks that news right away. One of the things that we have seen over here is that there has been flouting of all the strictures that are there. The gold was supposed to be repaired, or whatever work has to be carried would have been within the temple premises. That has been flouted, it's been taken to Chennai. How did this all happen under the nose of the so-called vigilant Devasom Board? In fact, we'll continue with Vivek as we get Rahul back on the line. Vivek, you were in fact saying about the kind of situation that is emerging at the moment with the SIT probe that is also being formed as of now.
Very, very important because the probe team that is being led by H. Venkatesh, the ADGP, do not have to report to the state government. And the court has clearly said that the state government cannot intervene in this particular matter. And hence, it's an independent body and the court...
We have Vivek right away. We have Rahul with us. Rahul, again, the question about gold theft. Several strictures from the court that have been, in fact, flouted over here. The maintenance work of the gold was supposed to be carried within the premises of the temple, and it has been taken to Chennai. All this happening under the so-called vigilant leadership of the Devasom board. How did this all happen? How does all this happen?
Let me point out three important facts. First fact, Ayyappa's gold was robbed by Devasam board. Second fact, Ayyappa's gold was robbed by Devasam board. Third fact, Ayyappa's gold was robbed by Devasam board. Devasam board not only robbed it with the help of Unnikrishnan Pochi, they also created and fabricated documents saying that the gold-cladded copper plates were only copper. This is not Rahul Ishwar saying. This is explicitly written in the earlier High Court interim verdicts that pointed out that such and such discrepancies occurred. It is unforgivable and unforgettable, and Devasam board people should be brought to book. Criminal case should be registered. Theft has happened, and this robbery, daylight robbery, should definitely be addressed, and people who are responsible should be punished.
And Rahul, how do you in fact see this happening? How did this all happen right in front of the management of, the Ayyappa temple? It all happened right in front of their eyes. The entire thing was taken from the place. So it did not happen without certain permission coming from the right places.
See, Devasam board themselves are the people who have to give permission. What Devasam board did was they first painted or they first portrayed the gold plates as copper plates, then said copper plates has to be gold plated. Please remember, Sabarimala plates were already gold cladded. Gold cladded is much more expensive than gold plating. So when the gold cladded plates were taken off gold, then it was gold plated because no normal person can understand all this, right? And this has been an organized loot and legalized plunder, if I can use that word, courtesy Manmohan Singh. So theft has happened, action should be taken, people should be jailed.
Rahul, would you be in fact going ahead, because you're closely associated with the Ayyappa temple, would you go ahead with the court? The court has anyway has formed an SIT to investigate into this manner. Would that be enough?
No, we trust court, only court, nobody else. We totally trust court, and this has to be taken with utmost seriousness. We really expect court to bring out the truth, and people should be arrested for this theft and robbery.
You welcome the court forming the SIT?
Court can be trusted. Court can be trusted. I have been closely following the case. The court can be trusted.
All right. Thank you, Rahul, for in fact joining us with all those details on this particular story. Vivek, you were in fact talking about the SIT probe. What significance it has as well. Please continue with it.
Yes, it is indeed very, very significant at this juncture because remember, it was the vigilance who was investigating this case, and it was the Kerala police who was questioning Unnikrishnan Potti. Now, very importantly, the court has also said one important thing. Court said that it is not just Unnikrishnan Potti, the sponsor, who is responsible or who's behind this splendor, or this loot. There are other people higher ups who are influential. The court has also mentioned that word called influential, who are there in this crime, who is hand in glove with this crime, and hence it is very, very important that it should be a court-monitored probe and should be an independent probe, and the team should discuss the developments of this probe at regular intervals with the Kerala High Court. So the next hearing will be, in the coming week. So it is very, very important, this SIT probe. Remember, there are various community organizations, Hindu right-wing organizations like Hindu Aikyavedi, and many other groups who has been protesting outside the Devasom board headquarters demanding an investigation. Remember, the various board members and also, the stakeholders who are associated with this gold plating has been giving different views, especially regarding the gold plating, the weight of the gold plating. So there is a lot of confusion. But one thing is very sure, that it was gold cladded. In 1998, when Vijay Mallya has done gold cladding, it's not just plating. So hence it's pure gold, and 4.5 kgs missing within a span of 1 year. is something which is extremely shocking. Many people who are associated with this gold plating says that, even if the gold plating is done or gold cladding is done in whatever circumstances may happen, in whatever weather conditions, the gold will not be faded away, or the gold will not be damaged, and so hence the weight of this gold plating cannot reduce, and reducing by 4.5 kg is something very, very shocking. This has not been mentioned anywhere in
Right.
within the measures of the Devasam board, but it has been later found out, and that is the reason why this SIT probe is extremely important.
Well, thank you, Vivek, for in fact joining us with all those details and giving us an insight on what exactly is happening. Right now, the High Court has in fact formed an SIT to investigate into the gold theft.